Hello YouTube, Jeremy again from Jeremy's Garage. Today we're going to be doing another install. I've been debating about pulling the trigger and getting a camera for my Maverick. I decided to go ahead and do it. Thought it'd be good for business purposes, also just a CYA. Yeah, we're going to do a little product review on what I purchased and show you exactly what I'll be doing with it and what to take off panel wise and go from there. All right, so I went through THINKWARE. I know the one on the Ford website has a fairly basic one, and what really caught my eye was you can actually purchase this guy, which is a separate purchase, but it actually goes right into your OBD2 port on the truck, so there's no hard wiring involved. It does come with your kit here, so you can actually hardwire it yourself. If you saw my last video, I already went ahead and hardwired my radar detector on the passenger side, so I didn't want to tie up too many wires on that side. So this will be on the opposite side of the vehicle, and that way it'll be a nice easy access. It's plug and play, and then just a matter of concealing the wires. So I'm looking forward to hopefully an easy install here. This is the X1000. This one does not have the Wi-Fi feature. I know some people were all about doing the Wi-Fi and automatically syncing up to your phone and whatnot, but this will record in 2K. Has all your different features from continuous mode, motion for parking, all that fun stuff. So you can still do all the same things. What I like about this is it actually has a nice screen on the back, so I can easily go on there and navigate, see and view. I know I've read several reviews on the other camera drive cams that actually have the Wi-Fi feature built in, that they were not complaining, but they were concerned more so about the Wi-Fi features having basically draining on your battery on the phone if it's not plugged in. If it is plugged in, it'll start overheating because it's constantly syncing up using your phone to rely upon GPS location, speed, all that fun stuff. So what I did, bypass syncing up to your phone. It just has an SD card, which is for me nice and easy. Just pops right there off the side, goes right into your computer, and you're good to go. But that's also why I got this guy, which is actually a separate GPS receiver accessory. So this will actually track your speed and location and all that fun stuff. And then this kit actually comes with a rear camera as well. So it covers the front, covers the back, and a nice long micro USB cable that we're going to go ahead and run along the side of the truck. Alrighty, so what we are going to start with here is we're going to go ahead and pop out the side panel. This is all, I'm trying to get it all in here, all one piece. So I'm just going to start from the bottom, and then you get these couple tabs. This goes right in there. This actually comes right out. The only thing I saw from the other side installing my radar detector is that it actually goes underneath this gasket lip cushion. So just getting it back in there is a little tedious, but again, it's all simple. It's just time consuming. So we're gonna pop that out, wire that through here, and then we're gonna go ahead and hopefully my plan is to just run it on the side and go all the way up to the top, and then just use our 3M adhesive and rock it from there. And then for the rear camera, I'm gonna go ahead and remove my WeatherTech floor mats, go right underneath here all the way back, so it's nice and concealed. And then due to the storage cubbies, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this out this whole entire section to come out, so I can actually go ahead and conceal that wire on all the way back here, right underneath the seat belt, and just run it all the way to the top and just go right across to the middle. So that's the game plan. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so taking off this side plate right now. So you're gonna have one tab at the bottom. Once you do that, pull that forward, you're gonna have a few more here, and then some others on the top. There you go. And that is our side panel. So now we have access to run our wire. This far, we've got the side topped off. I wanted to actually get this centered. They definitely want to make sure that it's not taking up your line of sight, so you don't want to, obviously put it in front of you or put it down too low where it's blocking your view. So I have it, and they want it to be right off to the side of the mirror, because the lens isn't going to be right in the center. It's actually kind of off here to the right a bit. So you want that to be pretty much in line with the center of the rear view mirror. And I think we did a pretty good job. It's pretty close. But we now have that in position. And then now we can run our wires, start from here, and then start going above the ceiling liner and make our way down. I wouldn't advise to run the wire first, because you're not gonna know how much extra wire and slack you're gonna have. So I would definitely advise to stick that bad boy there first, plug everything in, and then start wiring up and work your way down. And you can always wrap up your access wire down below underneath the steering wheel here. So let's do it to it. The X1000 in position. We've got the 3 ports. So we've got the backup rear camera. We got the GPS, not backup, but that's the rear camera. We got the GPS dongle here off to the side. And then we have our power port. So I went ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a bit still, but so far, went ahead and tucked this in underneath the roof liner. And right now I'm just making sure I do one before the other, before getting this all the way down to the corner here, and then running that down below. So once we get all that done, should be smooth sailing from there. Alrighty, so we've got all 3 wires. Got the GPS over here on the right hand side, the rear camera and power going to the OBD port over here on the left. I might to come back here and get some extra stickies, but overall, yeah, man, it blends in very well, and you can barely see it whenever you're looking out right. But I got all the wires tucked in so far, going across all the way down underneath this side sill and on the side. So all we got to do now is remove this format, clean up the OBD excess wiring, and then we're going to tuck in that rear view wire camera all the way in the back. Here we go. All right, so far so good. I got the wires all concealed all the way on the side here. So once I put that tab on, it's not going to interfere with anything against that surface. And right now I still need to clean up the OBD power wiring, but I already have the backup cam, rear cam, sorry, I keep saying backup, the rear camera underneath here, and right now to this point. So I need to continue going into the back and pop off the area right above the seat here. Pop this off. One-handed. There we go. Nice and easy. Turn it off, so we're just gonna run it underneath all those wires, avoid those tabs, and go right in the back here. So in case you guys ever wanted to know what was under there, more plastic. Alrighty, so I've got the wire underneath here, going under near the tab here. Actually went it's a small area, so sorry guys. But I actually went underneath the seat belt as opposed to over it. So again, it's under it. You're not going to have to worry about anything getting pulled. And then just to make sure that wasn't going to ruin anything, I actually have it going underneath. You can see that black cable right there going underneath the seat. I was going to go to the right, but I didn't want the going up and down, risking damaging that wire, having that back seat go up and down all the time. So right now, this is where I'm at. So I've got it underneath the seat, kind of hid it behind this other harness, just so it's a little more secure and not bouncing all over the place. But my current pickle is where to go from here. Because at this point, there's no other tabs. This is all blocked off. This corner is pretty limited. So I'm gonna try to get it behind the speaker and right there towards the middle. So see if I can wiggle it in there. Might have some wires showing, but it's gonna be behind the seat, so it won't be too bad. I'm very happy with how this turned out. So again, underneath the back seat, away from anything that's gonna pinch or clip off that wire. Underneath the harnesses, underneath alongside this blue piece. The only wire that's really showing this whole entire install is gonna be this section here, of which once you have that seat back in there, I mean, it blends in pretty well. I mean, unless you're looking for it, you're not gonna see it. But I was able to pinch that wire back here, right along behind this speaker casing, right all the way above on the top, directly to the middle. So it's pretty much, and then my wire, but at the same time, I mean, that's almost exactly what I needed as far as it being centered with that middle seat. They always say in the install guide, you want to be pretty much center, so it's going to get that clear line of sight with everything on the back. So we're going to go ahead and plug up, position that rear camera, clean up the piece down here, snap that back in, wire up the OBD port, clean up that wiring, set some zip ties, put that side casing back on, and test it out. Overall, it took probably about an hour and a half. Having that OBD power plug-in port probably saved me by a good hour or so, as far as not having to mess around with the accessory, ground, and power back into a fuse relay or anything like that. So definitely made a big difference there, saving a lot of time, easy access. But yeah, everything is wired up. One thing I forgot to mention, it does come with this nice little tool, so you get to peel everything back, not have to worry about using a screwdriver or anything as far as really damaging the interior. So it's a nice plastic tool, just nice and easy. You can pinch the corners, wire goes right underneath. You're not gonna have to worry about anything. But we do have the rear camera in, so it's right in the center, right at the very top. It does have a angular twist, so you can go up and down as far as make sure you get the best view. And as far as the front, it is all set. So again, these wires are pretty good, blend in pretty well. Not really think it's going to be an issue as far as giving extra tie downs, because aside from just this little section, everything is completely concealed. Can't see any of the wires. Everything is turned back on. Not turned back on, but everything is put back together. Snaps right back there, and yeah. So I know that was kind of all over the place going to and from, but I just want to give you a brief, hopefully that was a brief overview of how I did it. I'm sure everyone's going to have their own different ways of doing so. But yeah, overall, very happy with the process. It's a little tedious. Like, I don't think it's hard. It's just time consuming. Just make sure you can run and hide those wires. But yeah, again, Jeremy, St. Louis. If you guys give me anything, any questions, give me a holler. See ya.